approach called ACT. ACT is an acronym for acceptance and commitment therapy. It's a lovely little, it's a very useful and practical approach to therapy. I'm a psychologist, I work in therapy. And there's a saying, and it says something like this: if you do what you've always done, you'll get what you always got. Okay, you got that? So if I continue to create the cause for suffering, or continue to create the cause for unhappiness, if I continue to do what I've been doing all the time to be miserable, then I'm going to continue to get misery. But if I do something different, if I do something that's not feeding into that cycle and rut of dissatisfaction, then I'll get something different. Can you see that?
Yep.
I'm going to take this jar up, and it's got a lot of stuff in it, and you can't see anything right now, can you? It's sort of, well, you can see it's kind of all cloudy. This jar, we could compare that to our mind. And our mind, sometimes we stir up our lives and our mind in a way where we can't see anything clearly. Like we could act in ways that are really unhelpful for ourselves and others. We could be even harmful to ourselves and others by, just speaking badly, or getting into negative habits and patterns. So our minds get stirred up and we can't really see anything. But if we stop stirring it up, if we stop doing the things that are causing a lot of suffering for ourselves and others, if we stop harming ourselves, what happens? If we stop shaking that up, it's like doing the behaviors that are in line with our best understanding and good intentions. What happens is our minds start to get really clear. They get really settled. You can see that. You might be able to see that there's some kind of little, I don't know what they're called, like barbels or something in there. You could compare that. You could compare that to your, like the jewels of your heart, the special treasures in your heart, like wisdom and kindness and compassion and patience and fortitude and courage and all these different qualities that we often lose and we forget about. We discover those things. But sometimes we also discover things that we would rather avoid. And this, I need to mention this because you've all got that really clear mind?
Yep. That was awesome.
I need to mention this because I know that their mindfulness has got a lot of press about being a wonderful thing, like the panacea for anxiety and depression and all sorts of things. But it's not. It's actually not. Mindfulness is just a tool.